PRD, saya salut dengan adanya PRD. Sekiranya saya seumur dengan anak-anak PRD, saya akan mendaftarkan diri sebagai anggota.
Yeah, we only hear the voice of our hearts. We don't have to hear the voice of governments because we know that everything they say, it's only big lies, lies and lies.
In the last few years, despite the intimidation, bashings, torture and arrests by the military and the police, protests and strikes have dramatically increased in Indonesia. The dictatorship has stepped up its repression. Its main targets have been the People's Democratic Party, the PRD, an illegal party led by Budiman Sujatmiko, and the Indonesian Democratic Party, the PDI, a parliamentary party led by Megawati Sukarno Putri, daughter of Indonesia's first president. On July 8, 1996, in Surabaya, Indonesia's second largest city, a 3-day demonstration began which involved 20,000 striking workers from 10 factories. This action showed how effective the PRD had become in mobilizing Indonesian workers. The demonstration was violently dispersed, with a number of the organizers being arrested, including Dita Sari, who is a leading member of the PRD, as well as president of the illegal trade union organization, the Indonesian Center for Working Class Struggle. Today, Dita remains in prison on trial on trumped-up charges which carry a possible death penalty. Through bribing prison guards, a video camera was smuggled into prison by PRD activists, and an interview with Dita and a number of her imprisoned comrades was recently recorded.
Dan kepada kawan-kawan buruh, saya pikir apa yang terjadi di Surabaya harus ditiru, harus dicontoh oleh kawan-kawan buruh di seluruh daerah industri yang lain. Dan saya yakin apa yang terjadi ini adalah merupakan satu seleksi, satu pemilihan, satu ujian yang sampai saat ini adalah yang paling berat. Dan kalau kita berhasil melewatinya, maka ada satu kemenangan kecil buat gerakan buruh kita.
One of those arrested during the July 8 workers' demonstration in Surabaya was PRD member Zainal, who was also tortured by the military. He was released only to be rearrested after the July crackdown.
Langsung ditelanjangin, hanya celana pendek pada saat itu. Itu berlangsung selama 5 hari 5 malam. Ya ada pemukulan segala macam. Cuman mereka mencari informasi siapa sih di belakang orang-orang PRD.
The People's Democratic Party, or the PRD, formed out of a movement which began around 1989, when many student activists went to industrial and rural areas to work together with workers and peasants, to organize them and provide them with broader political education.
It was the first time that we relate with the people's issue. I mean, you could not bring about change if you don't have awareness about the real situation of Indonesian people.
Sometimes we come to the village of workers, for example in Surabaya, to teach them how to demand for the better wage. We try to convince them that yes, this is your rights. If you don't work, the factory, the machine cannot work, and the factory owner, the capital owner, cannot get the profits. You are the main factor in the whole process. That's why you have to demand for the better wage. And strike. And the strike is our weapon to demand for the better wage.
Through their organizing and educational work amongst workers and peasants, the early PRD founders helped raise the consciousness and confidence of their members and supporters, which led to the formation in 1994 of the People's Democratic Union.
Most of the people that join in the People's Democratic Union are young people, no more than 30 years old. They are workers, young workers, student, peasant, and urban poor.
Sejarah modern Indonesia, perubahan-perubahan sosial dan politik selamanya diawali oleh kaum muda.
Increased protest activity from the various sectors highlighted the need for a political party which represented their interests. In April 1996, a congress was held which set up the Partai Rakyat Demokratik, the People's Democratic Party.
PRD so far composed of several mass organizations. So we have PPBI, Center for Indonesian Working Class Struggle. It's an organization for the workers. We have STN, National Peasant Union, for the peasant, of course. And we have SMIT, Student Solidarity for Democracy in Indonesia. And we have also have JAKER, it's an organization for the artists. And we have also two city-based organizations for urban poor. This is the way we could organize the people through these mass organizations. And so far, our main demand today is a political ones. First is to repeal the involvement of the military in political and social life of Indonesian people. The second is to repeal the 5 political laws that restrict the people's involvement in politics.
We think the political solutions in the future is to form a popular democratic multi-party coalitions government.
Prime problem in Indonesia is there's no democracy, there's no freedom of organization. You have to struggle for your rights. You cannot just keep silent, because silent is no longer golden.
For over 30 years, Indonesia has been ruled by the New Order government, headed by General Suharto, which took power in a military coup in 1965. In the months following, over 1 million people were slaughtered. This virtually eliminated the left and the progressive movements from Indonesian society for 3 decades. Pramudia Anandatur, Indonesia's foremost novelist, is one of many Indonesians who has suffered considerably from the brutality of Suharto's New Order regime.
Ya, saya mengalami perampasan hak-hak sipil saya dan kebebasan saya pun dirampas 14 tahun lebih. Jadi waktu Perang Dingin menghasilkan hanya 1 McCarthy di Amerika Serikat, setelah Perang Dingin selesai, di Indonesia lahir beratus-ratus McCarthy.
The Indonesian military controls life on the streets and in the factories. Its organization goes down to the village level. It intervenes in civilian society without fear of punishment. Any opposition to their rule is inevitably met with violence. After the coup, the military also took control of the economy, becoming a part of the capitalist class with Suharto and a select group of 40 to 50 families owning the giant conglomerates which monopolize Indonesia's economy. At the same time, millions of Indonesians live at barely subsistence level. Factory workers, as well as the mass of unemployed and underemployed, live in slum conditions with little or no access to basic services like sanitation, running water, or electricity.
The workers have bad conditions. They have a low wage. They live without independent organizations, and they don't have a guarantee for their future.
Wages for most workers remain far below even minimum subsistence requirements. The legal minimum wage is $4 per day, but this is rarely paid. In the countryside, small farmers are frequently subject to crippling and arbitrary government fees and taxes. There are 46 million landless peasants living a life of permanent insecurity. Hundreds of thousands of underemployed people make up the casual laborers, the street traders, and sellers in Indonesian towns and cities.
We have to combine all of these forces, the struggle from the workers, from the peasant, from the student, from the urban poor, to unite in one platform, to fight together against the dictatorship, against the oppression that happened in Indonesia.
As well as the attacks on PRD organized demonstrations, the dictatorship also intensified its operations against the leadership of the PDI. Megawati had won the leadership in 1992 in the face of opposition from the dictatorship. On June 20, the regime backed a minority faction within the PDI led by Suryadi. He was installed to participate in the 1997 elections. The dictatorship fears that Megawati's growing popularity could result in a strong electoral showing for the PDI.
Megawati became popular among Indonesian people because she now became a symbol of resistance of the people.
The PRD has played a key role in supporting Megawati's struggle to defend her leadership of the PDI.
The coalition between extra-parliamentary and parliamentary democratic forces between PRD and PDI, this is a big potential democratic forces that will be overthrowing the regime.
The main difference between PDI, Indonesian Democratic Party, with PRD, People's Democratic Party, PDI is legal party. It means that they could work in parliament, they could participate in election. But, you know, the Indonesian parliament is totally controlled by the government. The election is always manipulated by the government. We see when Megawati Soekarno Putri become critical, she wanted to bring about sort of a reformation in parliament, and then the government just ousted her. So how could you bring about change in this sort of parliament? You have to choose the extra parliamentarian way to bring about this change. That's the difference between PRD and PDI. And also we don't agree with some political positions of PDI. In East Timor question, just for instance, PDI or even Megawati still recognize the East Timor should be part of Indonesia, become a 27th province of Indonesia. But PRD, we don't recognize that thing. East Timorese people should have their own independent nation.
On July 27, truckloads of well-trained thugs, backed by the military, launched a surprise attack against Megawati's supporters in the PDI headquarters, trashing and destroying the building. Overwhelmed, Megawati's supporters were defeated, hundreds were wounded, and many were killed.
Saya tahu mereka sudah datang ke LBH dan berlumuran darah. Luka yang saya lihat adalah pecah-pecah di kepala, sobek kepala, jidat dan segalanya, dan memar-memar di di kaki, di badan, itu memar-memar kena senjata tumpul yang saya lihat. Dan orang sebanyak mana, saya tidak bisa menghitung, yang jelas banyak sekali, kayaknya tidak akan mematikan semangat kami. Kami bahkan seperti dipacu, dan kami ingin menegakkan demokrasi itu secara utuh.
The attack drew large crowds onto the streets, and when provoked by the military, a full-scale riot erupted.
People in the government call it Sabtu Kelabu, or in English, Kelabu. Yeah. Excuse me? Grey Saturday. But for us who are concerned with the people's struggle, we call it the Saturday of Enlightenment, because after the 27th of July, it becomes clear for us and for people in general that this is the real characteristic of our government.
The government scapegoated the PRD for the rioting and instructed the military to hunt down its members. 38 were arrested, including Budiman Sujatmiko, chairperson of the PRD. 15 remain in jail, accused of being communist and facing charges of subversion. Pramudia was also taken in for questioning after July 27.
Saya jawab, itu kan bikinan pemerintah sendiri. Kok berani menuduh pemerintah melakukan itu? Itu berdasarkan pengalaman saya sendiri. Tahun 65 waktu saya diserang oleh gerombolan pemuda, sampai mandi darah saya. Militer dan polisi datang. Bukan pengacau itu yang ditangkap, tapi saya ditangkap. Bahkan dianiaya. Ya seperti itu yang sekarang ini.
Since the crackdown, the PRD has operated underground, continuing its defiance of the military dictatorship. The majority of leaders and activists in the PRD and its affiliate organizations have avoided capture.
The military repressions has not stopped the PRD to organizing the struggle. We make the underground meeting all of factories and campus, and also we publish the underground pamphlets that we call pembebasan or liberation. The capture of our leaders and the accusations against our party is made our organizations is more popular in front of Indonesian people and almost of the countries.
An interim underground leadership has been established, and outside Indonesia, the PRD has set up an overseas representative office, headed by PRD International General Representative Niko Waru.
We work together with the progressive NGOs in Indonesia. As long as these people have commitment in democracy and human rights, there's no reason for us not to work together with them. Because today we have to unite all the sectors of the people. Because the problem of Indonesia people today is the dictatorship.
We think the solutions for these political conditions in Indonesia is, one, to overthrow the corrupt Suharto's regime, and two, to distribute the wealth to the people, because the workers produce the wealth. We think the solution is to nationalize the companies which are important to the people.
The arrests and torture have not meant any lessening of the struggle. On the contrary, strikes and demonstrations have continued, including many actions held in support of the arrested PRD and PDI members.
Saya minta bagi kawan-kawan yang bekerja mendidik buruh dari hari ke hari, tidak boleh kehilangan keyakinan bahwa suatu waktu jika ada satu momentum, satu kondisi yang memungkinkan mereka untuk menjadi lebih politis, satu kondisi yang memungkinkan bagi mereka untuk melupakan prioritas ekonominya, tuntutan ekonominya, maka di saat itulah apa yang kita ajarkan selama ini kepada mereka bisa mereka terima. Artinya tugas partai lah salah satunya, tugas pemimpin-pemimpin partai PRD adalah untuk menyiapkan kondisi itu, turut menyiapkan kondisi itu, momentum itu, dan turut menyiapkan buruh secara subjektif untuk bisa merespon kondisi politik itu dengan tingkat kesadaran politik yang jauh lebih maju dari saat ini.
Situasi yang terrepresi, justru kami sangat menghendaki agar kawan-kawan yang berada di luar bekerja lebih keras, bekerja lebih disiplin, lebih rapi, dan jangan pernah ada kata takut, karena kalau kata-kata itu atau sikap-sikap itu muncul di hati dan sikap kawan-kawan yang berada di luar, kami pikir keberadaan kami di sini akan bermanfaat, akan sia-sia. Dan
ketika aku diperiksa di Bogor Tanah, yang jelas ada sih pemukulan segala macam. Tapi itu membuat komitmen saya malah akan lebih terus itu. Kita harus tahu juga kondisi di sini bahwa perjuangan nasib orang kecil yang jelas ada pengorbanan.
We are very optimistic that someday we will win. Yeah, that's for sure.
Far from being a sign of strength, the Suharto dictatorship's repression, intimidation, torture and killings indicate a regime gravely concerned for its future in the face of widespread and growing opposition.
All the people's movement, we need your solidarity, we need your help, we need your sympathy, and we need your political support for our struggle. Thank you.